In this next part, let's get to work adding some body parts to our head's designs. Also, once the bodies are finished, we can talk about colorizing them. Now, this doesn't have to be overly complex. Each of your robots needs to have a body, a set of arms and legs or wheels, and some other different little body components. You can add as many arms or as legs as you want, and you can make it however you wish, as long as there's plenty of detail and it's not just a simple basic robot. To get started, let's take this one robot at a time. I'm going to move all of the others out of the way and deal with just this first head. The first thing we need to do is to choose a body. Going over to my layers panel, I remember I locked down this layer, so I'm going to unlock it so I can select the body that I want. And rather than simply dragging it over, I'm going to make a copy of it and paste so that I don't destroy the original. Once it's down here, I can simply choose what size I want it to be and align it to where the head should be. So maybe something like this. With that selected, let's add some arms to them. Each of these arms can be mixed and matched, or you can choose whichever arm part that you like. Let's say I wanted this one. Again, make a copy of it to drag it over. If necessary, you can rotate it into place. And of course, for this one, we need to make a copy of it and we need to reflect it around. So with it selected, go up to Object, Transform, and let's reflect it. The type of reflection that I want to do is a vertical reflection and say OK. And then place it right where it needs to go as well too. Finally, let's add some legs to him. For this guy, we'll do 2 different legs, and maybe we'll do, I think this style is pretty good. Copy that, paste it over here. In this case, it has both a front and a side version. I kind of like that. They're grouped together, so I'm going to ungroup them. Select this left leg and place it. Select the right leg and all its parts and place it. And maybe I'll select both of those. Oops, looks like I missed a part, so I'm going to put it back. Let's group that one together now. And I'm going to make them a little bit bigger by selecting both and dragging them down. Finally, let's add some little details to him. These details can be placed anywhere on his body, but particularly his chest seems to work well. You can choose some little gauges and copy those over. Remember, you may need to change the stacking order of things, so let's go up to Object, Arrange, and I'm going to bring it to the front, scale it down appropriately, and place it. Let's do something like this. We'll copy it over. Again, bring it to the front and scale it down and place it, and maybe do 1 or 2 more things. Let's do a little switch over on this side. Scale it and place it. Now that we've got one robot completed, simply repeat this process for each of your other robots. I'm going to speed through so we can get all 5 of them finished. All right, with all 5 of these bodies now done, let's focus on colorizing them. To make them easier to select, I did group them, and let's bring each one up into position. I'm going to get rid of these heads because I don't need those as well either. Now, in order to access the colors, remember in our Layers panel, we've got a layer for colors. Make sure it's unlocked, and all of those color swatches are found up here at the top. Now, to be honest, there's nothing sacred about using exactly these colors. You can pick and choose whatever you want. But all of these colors are grouped together in different harmonies. So if you want, you can use each one of these in each harmony to be able to give it a nice cohesive design. I'm going to select one of these. I'll do this really colorful one and drag all of them over here just to bring them closer and make it easier to select. Now, each one of these color swatches is a filled-in color, so it does make it easy to be able to pick and choose things. However, whenever we want to apply this to here, be aware if you're applying it to a line or to a filled-in object, because each one of these is going to be picked up differently. Let me show you what I mean. First off, since everything on here is grouped together, I'm going to use my direct selection tool to be able to select the different parts. Otherwise, I would need to ungroup everything or work in isolation mode. With my direct selection, I can click on the center of my object, and then I can use my eyedropper tool to pick up on the color that I want it to be, picking and choosing whatever I think is best. From here, once I pick the color that I like, I can go back and hold down the Command key, and this will automatically swap to my direct selection tool. I can then choose a different color and then let go of my Command key and pick up on a different color here. So taking some time going through each individual part, clicking on what I need, and then picking up on that color. However, there is a slight issue. If I wanted to pick something that was a line, let's say I clicked on this stroke that's nothing but a line, it has no fill. If I go to pick up the color now, notice that it automatically turns it to a fill color. In order to pick up the stroke color, hold down the Shift key when you click on the color, and it will turn it into the color swatch. So in this case, rather than it being purple, I'm going to hold down Shift. Let's pick up a darker color. Let's do the dark purple. I think that looks good. And then now it's deselected. So either Shift click to pick up on the stroke or regular click with the eyedropper tool to pick up on the fill color. Command key lets you select, going back, clicking on the color that we want. Go through each individual part of this and colorize your entire robot. Notice that on the robot, some of these have small little details like the little overlays that can also be included, but by the end of it, nothing should be just a solid grayscale silver. All right, with this done, now you can see I've got my little pink and purple robot ready to go. I didn't have to use all of the colors here. I simply picked and chose some of the ones that harmonize nicely together. Finally, if you haven't done so already, make sure to group everything together. Repeat this process for all of your 5 different robots. When you're finished, each should have a nice different color scheme. All right, with each of these now nice and colorized, we'll put everything back to where it should be, and let's focus on bringing these into the actual trading cards using the trading card template.